You slide out of your mother into a shallow dirt den somewhere in the forests of Canada. Your eyes are sealed shut and you can't see anything around you. One more cub tumbles out behind you, smaller and making soft sounds. You need warmth, so you crawl forward on your belly with your front legs pushing against the ground. Your sibling crawls beside you, moving in the same direction. You reach something soft and warm, then press your nose against it until you find a teat and start feeding. Your sibling latches on beside you and you both drink in silence. Then your mother shifts her body and stands, making both of you lose your grip. You squeal and reach forward trying to find her again, but she steps away from you. She moves toward the den entrance and lies down there instead with her back blocking the light. You're cold now, so you crawl toward her again with your sibling following close behind. This time when you reach her, she lets you feed without moving. 2 weeks pass, and one morning your eyes open for the first time. Shapes start forming around you, and light floods in from the entrance. You see your sibling curled beside you, smaller than you with pale spotted fur. Your mother lies near the opening with her head resting on her paws. She's watching something outside. You're curious about what's out there, so you take shaky steps toward the entrance. Your legs wobble and you nearly fall, but you keep moving forward. Then a shadow passes over the den opening, fast and dark. Your mother's ears snap forward and she tenses, making a low growl in her throat. She pushes you back with her paw, hard enough that you tumble into your sibling. You both stay still against the dirt wall while she blocks the entrance with her body. The shadow moves again, circling above. Then it disappears, and your mother relaxes, turning her head to look at both of you. Outside the den, something moves through the trees, but you're not ready to see what it is yet. You're 6 weeks old now, and your legs are strong enough to leave the den. Your mother walks out into the forest and you follow behind her with your sibling trailing after you. She moves between the trees with her body low to the ground, so you copy her posture and try to step where she steps. Your sibling does the same but keeps falling behind because their legs are shorter. Then your mother stops moving and freezes in place with her ears pointing forward. You stop too and watch her, trying to understand what she's doing. She stays completely still for a long moment, then suddenly explodes forward and leaps onto something small moving through the leaves. Her jaws close around it and it stops moving instantly. That's when you see what it is, a vole with brown fur and a short tail. She walks back toward you and drops the vole on the ground between you and your sibling. You both move toward it at the same time, but you're faster and reach it first. You bite down on the fur, trying to tear through it, but your teeth can't break the skin yet. Your sibling bites the other end and pulls, making the body stretch between you. Then your mother nudges the vole with her nose and tears a small opening in its belly. You bite into the exposed flesh and start eating, tasting meat for the first time. Your sibling pushes in beside you and takes a piece too. After you're done eating, your mother starts walking again and you follow her deeper into the forest. She stops near a fallen log and sniffs along its base, then digs at the dirt with her front paws. A mouse bursts out from under the log and runs across the ground. Your mother lunges and catches it in 2 steps, killing it with 1 bite to the neck. She doesn't bring this one back to you. She eats it herself and keeps moving. Tomorrow, she'll take you farther from the den, and soon you'll need to learn how to catch prey on your own. Skip forward a bit, and you're 4 months old now. Your mother crouches low in the grass with her body pressed against the ground, watching a snowshoe hare 20 paces ahead. You drop beside her and copy her posture, keeping your legs tucked and your head low. Your sibling does the same on her other side. The hare is eating something with its back turned toward you, so it doesn't see any of you yet. Then your mother moves forward slowly with her belly almost touching the ground, so you follow her lead and crawl through the grass the same way. The hare's ears twitch and rotate, listening for danger. Your mother freezes, and you freeze too, staying completely still until the hare goes back to eating. She moves again, and you move with her, getting closer with each step. The hare suddenly bolts and runs left across the clearing. Your mother explodes forward and chases after it, so you run too with your legs pumping hard to keep up. Your sibling runs right, trying to cut off the hare's escape route. The hare changes direction and runs straight toward you instead. You lunge forward trying to catch it, but you jump too early and your paws hit the ground where it was a moment before. The hare cuts sideways and keeps running, but your mother is faster and catches up to it in 3 strides. She grabs it with her jaws around its neck and shakes once, making its body go limp. Then she carries it back to where you and your sibling are waiting. She drops it on the ground between you and steps back. You move toward it first and bite into its side, tearing through fur and skin with your teeth. Your adult teeth have been coming in over the past few weeks, sharper and longer than your baby teeth, so the hide tear is easier now. Your sibling waits while you eat the first few bites, then moves in and starts eating too. Your mother watches you both, then turns and walks away through the trees. She's started leaving for longer periods now, and soon you'll need to catch your own prey without her help. You're 8 months old when everything changes. Your mother walks into the den carrying a ptarmigan in her jaws with its white feathers stained red. She drops it on the ground between you and your sibling, then turns and walks back out without looking at either of you. You're both hungry, so you move toward the bird at the same time. Your sibling reaches it first and bites into its wing, so you lunge forward and slam your shoulder into their side, knocking them away from the kill. Your sibling snarls and jumps back at you with their claws out. You meet them in the middle and both of you rear up on your back legs, swinging at each other's faces. Your sibling's claws rake across your cheek, making your head snap sideways. You recover and bite down on their front leg, clamping your jaws tight until they screech and try to pull away. But you don't let go. You twist your head and pull them down to the ground, then pin them there with your weight on top of their chest. Your teeth move toward their throat and stop just above the fur. Your sibling goes completely still beneath you and stops fighting. You hold them there for a long moment, then release and step back. They scramble to their feet and limp toward the den entrance with blood dripping from their leg. They look back once, then turn and disappear into the trees. You wait for them to come back, but they don't. So you drag the ptarmigan to a flat rock near the den and eat alone. The next morning, you wake up and your mother is gone too. You walk outside and call for her, making the chirping sound she taught you when you were younger. But the forest stays silent, and she doesn't answer. You search the area around the den for the rest of the day, checking all the places she usually hunts. But you don't find her anywhere. You're completely alone now. And the territory you grew up in suddenly feels too big and too empty for just one lynx. You're 10 months old and you've been alone for 2 months. Your stomach is empty and you need to eat, so you move through the trees looking for anything that moves. A red squirrel runs across a branch above you and stops to scratch behind its ear. You need to get closer, so you climb the trunk slowly with your claws digging into the bark. The squirrel hears you and runs higher up the tree, jumping to a branch that's too thin to hold your weight. You try to follow anyway, but the branch bends under you and you have to climb back down. You keep walking and searching for prey until you spot a grouse picking at seeds on the ground. You crouch low and move toward it through the underbrush, placing each paw carefully to avoid making sound. But a twig snaps under your foot and the grouse's head snaps up. It sees you and bursts into the air with its wings beating hard, flying away before you can get close. 3 days pass and you still haven't caught anything. Your ribs are starting to show through your fur and your legs move slower than before. You need food soon, or you won't survive much longer. Then you find something half buried in the snow, a frozen carcass that's already been picked clean by ravens. You dig it out and bite into the frozen hide, tearing off small pieces with your teeth. The meat is gone, so you crack the bones with your back teeth and suck out the marrow inside. It's not much, but it keeps your stomach from being completely empty. While you're chewing on the bone, a lemming runs across the snow 5 paces away from you. It's moving slow and doesn't see you yet. You drop the bone and pounce without thinking, landing on top of the lemming with your front paws. Your jaws close around its body and it stops moving instantly. That's your first kill without your mother's help. You eat it right there in the snow, swallowing everything including the fur and bones. Tomorrow, you'll hunt again, and maybe this time you'll catch something bigger. Skip forward, and you're 1.5 years old now. You need to mark your territory, so you back up against a tree trunk and spray urine on the bark. The scent tells other lynx that this area belongs to you. You walk farther through the forest, checking the borders of your range. Then you stop moving because you found something new, another lynx's spray mark on a different tree. It's fresh and the scent is strong, so whoever left it was here recently. You keep walking in that direction and round a large boulder. That's when you see the other lynx standing 20 paces ahead. It's bigger than you with torn ears and scars across its face. You both freeze and stare at each other. You need to show that you're not backing down, so you flatten your ears against your head and open your mouth, hissing at the stranger. The other lynx takes 1 step forward with its shoulders low to the ground and its eyes locked on yours. You take a step back slowly, keeping your body facing toward the other lynx. It doesn't move forward again, just watches you retreat. You turn and walk away faster, glancing back over your shoulder to make sure it's not following. It stays where it is and lets you leave. You keep moving until you can't see it anymore. Then change direction and head uphill where the trees grow closer together. After walking for most of the day, you find a new area with no scent marks on any of the trees. This territory is open and unclaimed, so you spray on a tree trunk to mark it as yours. You'll need to keep marking the boundaries every few days to make sure other lynx know to stay away. But you don't know why this place was empty before you got here. Maybe the lynx that lived here before moved somewhere else, or maybe something bigger killed them and took over their range. Either way, you'll find out soon enough if you're not careful. You're 2 years old when you hear the sound. A series of yowls comes from somewhere in the forest, sharp and repeating in a pattern. You know what it means, so you walk toward it with your legs moving faster after each step. The calls get louder as you get closer, then you see her standing on a rocky ledge. She's a female lynx with gray fur and black tufts on her ears. She sees you and stops calling. You start walking toward her, but then something moves to your left. Another male lynx comes out from behind the trees, bigger than you with thick shoulders and a scarred face. He sees you and turns in your direction with his ears flattened. You need to show him you're not leaving, so you open your mouth and hiss. He takes 2 steps forward and swipes his paw through the air, claws out. You hiss again, but don't move closer because he's bigger and stronger than you are. The female watches both of you from the ledge above. She makes her decision by walking down the rocks toward the larger male. He turns away from you and moves toward her instead. They circle each other slowly, then she lowers her body and lifts her tail. He mounts her from behind, and they stay that way for a few moments. Then it's over, and they separate. You stay where you are in the trees, watching them. The male walks away first, disappearing into the forest on the opposite side of the clearing. The female stays on the rocks for a moment longer, then turns and leaves in a different direction. You wait until both of them are gone before moving. You walk back through your territory the same way you came, following your own scent marks on the trees. Next year, you'll hear that sound again, and maybe by then you'll be bigger and stronger than whatever male shows up to challenge you. You're 3 years old. You're crouched behind a snowdrift watching a young caribou that's separated from its herd. It's grazing 30 paces away with its head down, pulling at the grass poking through the snow. You need to get closer without being seen, so you move forward slowly with your belly low to the ground. You place each paw down carefully, making sure not to break any twigs or disturb the snow too much. The caribou lifts its head and looks around, so you freeze completely and don't move. It goes back to eating, and you start moving again, getting closer with each step. You're almost close enough to attack when your front paw breaks through something beneath the snow. The ground gives way and you drop through a thin crust of ice into freezing water below. The water is deeper than you expected and covers your legs completely. You try to climb out, but the ice keeps breaking under your weight, making larger pieces fall into the water around you. Your claws scrape against the ice trying to find something solid to grip, but everything you touch breaks apart. The caribou hears the noise and runs away, disappearing into the trees. You keep trying to pull yourself out, using your front legs to push against the ice edge. But each time you get close, more ice breaks off and you fall back into the water. Your back legs are kicking, but they can't find the bottom or anything to push against. After a while, your legs start moving slower because the water is making your body too heavy to lift. You try one more time to pull yourself up onto the ice, but your front legs won't push hard enough anymore. Your head dips below the surface and water fills your mouth and nose. You stop kicking and your body sinks lower into the stream. Life as a lynx might be rough, but there's another animal out there that has it way worse. Trust me, it's wild. Check out the video and see for yourself.